I'm going to talk about two ideas concerning representation. First, I'm going to explain some of the models used to show how the media represents the world. Then I'm going to talk about the Stuart Hall's approach of contextualizing representations in the greater world. These two pictures show several common models of communication. The first shows the media as the middleman, or mediator, between the world and the audience. With this position, the media decides what pictures the audience sees. However, the process is not linear, as both reality and the audience can impact the media. The second model shows how the media, specifically through film, can construct reality through its representation of images. Reality and media influence each other, as shown with the two-way arrows, but then the media has the power to decide which images to show, how to show them, and the number of images to show. This is how media can construct reality by selecting what stories to tell and how to present those stories and images. Media, therefore, becomes one of the main ways the audience comes to understand the world. Media's construction of reality can be seen in maps. These three maps challenge the conventional way the world is presented. The one on the top left shows the world flipped so that the southern hemisphere is on top and the northern hemisphere is at the bottom. At first, this seems wrong, but the position of north is arbitrary and doesn't have to be at the top of a map. The one on the bottom left drives home the idea of just how many people live in East Asian countries, and although the circle is relatively small on the map, it makes up the majority of the world's population. The last two maps show the concentration of where most people in the world live by longitude and latitude, which again challenges basic notions of what the world looks like and where people live. The Understanding Media Theory textbook offers some criticism about theories of stereotype and representations. Ideas of bias, stereotypes, and negative and positive representations assume that there is an objective reality that the media should be showing. However, many media scholars argue that that is not true. These people argue that representation should not be judged on their validity or as a reflection of reality, but instead should be considered as socially constructed. Representations are important because they can reveal the power structure of a society, and that is their real value. Stuart Hall focused a lot on this as he believed communications is linked with power and that representations are dependent on the power hierarchy of the society. I think you can take Stuart Hall's perspective and apply it to the Every Single Word Spoken by a Person of Color series. In the almost 12-hour-long Lord of the Rings franchise, there were only 46 seconds of words spoken by people of color, and all of them play orcs, who are ugly, villainous, and inhumane creatures. In the Harry Potter franchise, only 6 minutes and 9 seconds of the over 19-hour-long franchise has people of color speaking. Critics of bias and stereotype analysis might argue that you don't even need to look at if the people of color are stereotyped or how they are represented, because these numbers already show that there is something wrong with the society these films were created in. Stuart Hall would say even if these representations are positive, they still show the power structure and hierarchy where race is a big factor.